What is going on, guys? DBG here, and today we are going to be reacting to one of Ty's tier list lads. So the point guard one. Man, the point guard one was pretty rough. It was pretty rough. Like, we saw John Stockton 5 tiers below Tiny Archibald, despite the fact that they're essentially the same card. We saw Louis Dampier in, like, C tier, who's just ass. Who's just straight up ass. So hopefully the 2 guard is a little bit better. As long as we don't see, like, Jim Paxson in the middle tier, it should be okay. There's not too many things. I don't think he can go too far wrong with anything. If we see DeMar DeRozan in, like, even B tier, then he's a crazy person. Even with the duo DeRozan, still not very good. So, lads, it is currently 1:25 in the morning. Or not 1:25. It's currently 25 past 12. I'm tired. I'm not dealing with any of this BS. I'm not dealing with any more of the BS, the John Stockton, the disrespect. I hope this is good. I hope there's nothing to argue with here. So, before we get on to it, if you guys have not already, go subscribe to Ty. I think this channel will be in the description. Let's see if he can get, well, I'm just thinking, I'm like, well, you know what, like, I'm literally gaining 1 subscriber one day, losing 1 subscriber the next. That's the way it's been going the last, since the launch of this game. So I would say, let's try to get him another 100 subscribers, but that's not going to happen. So yeah, if you haven't watched Ty, go watch him. He's arguably the best player in the world. So anyway, now let's get on to it.
What is good, yo? It's your boy Ty, back here with another video. And in this video today, we are going to be doing another tier list. And this tier list today is going to be of the top shooting guards in all of NBA 2K22 MyTEAM. Now, I want to start off by saying the shooting guard position in general is very weak. Because guys like Andrew Wiggins, Jimmy Butler, they're not on this shooting guard list.
There's at least 5 good ones.
Both of them would be at S tier.
There's at least 5 good ones.
They'd both be at S tier. But where does that leave us with? Who is going to be at S tier with this only shooting guard list?
Dr. J.
Tough, but that's what we're here to find out. Before we dive any further into this video today,
I mean, you probably have it with Ray Allen.
Have not yet. Please consider smashing that subscribe button, as we are now on the road to 90.
I hate Jay Rich, but maybe Eddie Jones.
We started with Adrian Dantley.
C.
And when we started with Adrian Dantley, we're starting it with a card who is absolutely terrible. I don't even know how to spell his name. What was I even typing in? I don't know. 6'5", 6'8" wingspan, and I mean,
he's terrible.
Is this card terrible?
Yes.
I mean, what do you want me to say? He's pretty bad.
He's terrible.
He has bad stats, bad badges, jump shot 18. This card's bad. He's F tier. And I mean, he might get moved up to D tier.
You know what? I think maybe.
But he is not very
Bingo
good.
B.
Bingo.
I don't know why it's a
Smith,
C
on
for
the other
Dantley.
hand, is not bad.
Dantley
For
sucks.
the shooting guards, which is a weak list in general.
Yeah.
Bingo
B.
Smith is not bad. 6'5".
He's fine.
Wingspan, same
Bingo's fine.
Dantley, but he can play a little defense, shoot the ball a little bit, and just in general be a lot better than a guy like Adrian Dantley. Bingo Smith,
he's 100 times better than Dantley.
Look at with jump shot 98, you think, well, I mean, he's going to be solid. And that's the best way I describe Bingo Smith, a solid shooting guard in the game. If you did redeem him, I wouldn't recommend it, but if you did at the Diamond tier,
he was good for his time, though. I wouldn't recommend it now. I would have back then.
Enough shooting guard. Chris Duarte
C.
is a card that DBG is hyped up.
He's so good.
Much to the point of it's like, I mean, what are we even talking about?
He's fine.
6'6", can play the 2 is what you like. 18 golds, 9 on silver. Is this card better than Adrian Dantley?
Yes.
He's better than Adrian Dantley.
He's D.
Card in the game?
Or he's C tier.
I don't think so. I mean, that's just my personal opinion.
Great release on
good
quick.
Card in 2K? No. Is he better than Adrian Dantley? Yes.
He's closer to Bingo Smith than he is to Adrian Dantley. He's a hell of a lot closer to Bingo Smith than he is to Adrian
That's
Dantley.
as simple as you can put it. I think D tier is the right spot for him.
C.
He might possibly get moved.
He's
up
C.
to tier.
B.
A card I've not actually used yet is CJ McCollum, but
He's fine.
I mean, look at this card and tell me he's not solid. Remember, he can play the point guard. At the shooting guard, he's not as high, but let's take him at the point guard position. 6'3", 6'6" wingspan, 5 out of favors, 36 on gold, 6 on silver, hot spots from everywhere, 93 3 ball, can dunk the ball, 89 speed ball, 86 ball, 89 speed, 88 lateral quickness. Great shooting badges. Defensively, you can badge him up.
I mean, maybe.
I'm not going to sit here and gas CJ McCollum.
You're gassing
But
him.
I'm excited to get him because I think he can be a top point guard, a top 10 or so point guard in the game. And because of that.
Okay, let me put it this way. Top 10 is really gassing it. De'Aaron's already better than him. De'Aaron's better. Marcus Smart's better. Peyton's better. Honestly, Steph's better. Steve Francis is better. Gary Pay or Penny Hardaway is better. Caruso is better. When Iverson comes out, Iverson's gonna be better. Like I get it. He's 6'3". There are at least 15 better point guards already, and that's not with any other ones coming out. At least 15 better point guards.
I'm gonna put him in A tier. I think CJ McCollum's fantastic.
Maybe
Everything he gives you. We'll find out when I get him on my account. I'm getting closer and closer to him, but I do think CJ McCollum is solid. Is he as good as Gary or Penny? No. But the point guard position, shooting guard primary, he's pretty solid. Another solid option.
The problem is that like if CJ McCollum is A tier, then Cliff Hagan has to be S. Cliff Hagan has to be S tier. He's so much better. Like he is so much better than CJ McCollum. Like actually in game, he will play so much better.
Cliff Hagan is our first essential reward that I'm like, dang, this guy can hoop a little bit. Is he the top shooting guard in the game? No, but he can hoop. Great shooting badges, really good defensively. Playmaking wise is going to give you enough. The thing I like most about Cliff Hagan, I think, is the fact that you don't really have to apply badges for him to be really good.
I mean, Limitless.
Really good as his base card. Obviously, if you give him Hot Zone Hunter Limitless, he's going to be even better. Stat-wise, very solid.
Like
interior-wise,
he's better than
fake stops. Jump shot 17 is pretty solid.
He's like CJ McCollum is way closer to Bingo Smith than he is to Cliff
Fundamental
Hagan.
dribble style is solid as well. He's just a solid card. I mean, that's how I describe Cliff Hagan. Solid overall 2-guard in the game. Not S tier, but he's a solid card.
I agree.
Another very, very viable option for S tier, probably. Definitely the best player at A tier if I leave him there.
Yeah, Clyde. I think should be moved down. I mean, CJ should be moved down.
I think Clyde is a card that doesn't get enough credit. And when I say he doesn't get enough credit, it's not that
his release is so chicken.
On him. It's just like there's just so many good shooting guards in the game. Is he Klay Thompson? No. Is he T-Mac? No, he's not quite as good. But Clyde's solid. Nobody really uses this card that much. But I think he's on the verge of being an S tier point or S tier shooting guard. Great speed, good lateral quickness.
I agree.
Interior is a little low, blocks a little low.
He's like, you're having the right spot.
Defensive badges, which hurts him as well. All of his
he's like way better Vince.
Badges are really Hall of Famers, are in the finishing kind of category as well, which I personally don't love. Clyde's okay.
He's a way better Vince. He's good.
I think I'm gonna go A tier with the card. Colin Sexton.
Colin Sexton is good as CJ McCollum. I'm being dead serious. Colin Sexton is as good as CJ, maybe slightly worse, but he's as good as CJ, and maybe the tiniest bit worse. But he is pretty much equal to CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum is A. Colin Sexton's is either A or B. I'm cool with him one tier below CJ, but he's so similar to CJ. You cannot. He's got a longer wingspan than CJ, so I get it. He's a little bit smaller height wise, but he feels as big in game because CJ feels tiny in game. No, Colin Sexton has to be B.
Deal. Here's the deal with Colin Sexton, guys.
He's 6'1". He's gonna say, "Oh, he's 6'1", but I mean, CJ McCollum's tiny as well.
Make it very, really simple for you guys. Who are you taking as a token reward? Right. This is as simple as it can get. I know Colin Sexton can play point guard, but who are you guys taking? I'm taking Bingo Smith every day of the
I'm also taking Bingo Smith over CJ McCollum.
It's not even something I got to think about. Colin Sexton is 6'1".
CJ McCollum's small as well.
You don't even need to say much more. I get it. He's got, Hall of Fame quick first step. If he was 6'3", maybe I'd be a little higher on the card, but he is 6'1". He might move up. Nah, he's not. C tier is perfect.
Then why is CJ McCollum an A?
6'1", I can't put you any higher.
I mean, he's right obviously going to be S. He's going to be S.
This is when
we've never played him when he's going to be S.
He would be S tier. He would 100% be S tier if Dan was available right now.
But like, he's in this S tier, and he's not out for another month. Like, it is literally another month until this card comes out. So, like, look, I get it putting him on the tier list, but I don't think a card that's not whatever Iverson. Like, Dan Marley's not coming out for a month, so I think it's very premature to put him on a tier list.
The problem is he's not available right now. So what is he going to be like?
He's not available anytime soon.
4 weeks from now, who knows? Hotspots from Arizona.
He's going to be S or A.
Famous 32 on gold, 7
he's going to be a top 10 2-guard in the game without doubt a month. But you just don't know who's coming out.
Good ball handle.
Like, if 2K come out with Kawhi Leonard, Kobe Bryant, he's not a top 5 2-guard in the game. He's unlikely to be a top 5 2-guard in the game. And then they might just have just some random juice player. So, like, as much as he is an S tier player right now, I don't think he's going to be S tier by the time he comes out. I think he'll be high A tier. He's going to be more than usual, but I don't think he's an S tier player when he comes out. The problem is that hypothetical situation where this card is real. Yeah, he would be S tier, so I'm not going to disagree with that.
89 speed.
It's just premature putting him on the list.
The thing I love most about Dan is how
he's like Jimmy Butler, basically, without half
Here's what I'm going to
interceptor.
say, though. What does Dan give you over this Jimmy Butler card?
Shooting. He shoots
That's
from deep.
where I'm going to leave you guys.
He shoots from deep.
Right now,
Very important.
Jimmy Butler, in my opinion, is better than Dan. And
Very
that
slightly.
Hurts Dan quite a bit. One thing I will say about Dan is he does have fundamental dribble style, which Jimmy doesn't have.
Very, very
Jump
slightly
shot
better.
7, we'll see what that's like.
Like, basically, would you rather a player shoot from range? Would you rather a player be able to shoot from range? Or would you rather a player have half interceptor? That's literally, that is the question between Dan Marley and Jimmy Butler. Like, if you're playing clutch time, I think Marley's going to be better. If you're playing unlimited, I think Butler's going to be better. But, like, they are basically the same card.
Jimmy's release is better. Dan's got
Not
a
by
better
much.
dribble style. Jimmy's a little taller. Dan's got a better wingspan. You can maybe go back and forth. My thing is Jimmy is out today. Jimmy is out today, and nobody really knows if he's even a top 2 shooting guard in the game. It's hard for me to sit here and say that Dan's the top, shooting guard right now in my team. I think we'll see if he stays at S tier. Right now, he would be an S tier shooting guard, no doubt, because I said Jimmy would be S tier. In 3 or 4 weeks,
I don't think he will be.
S tier. D'Angelo Russell, like I've used.
We've still got Kawhi and Kobe to come out.
He is. I'm gonna put him at C tier because he is 6'5". But this card, if you pick him up,
He's not good.
You just really gotta be on the. You gotta be on the kind of thing of you just want to have fun. No quick
He can
first
score.
step, no defensive badges. Offensively, he's fine. He's just not very good at my team. He is 6'5", though, which puts him in C tier.
Chris Duarte's better than him, though.
Play him at the 1, and he's just not very good. Danny Green.
A tier.
I played against my first Danny
Green is so much better than CJ McCollum. I'm not even kidding. He's so much better than CJ
my
McCollum.
team today, and I mean, he really didn't do much.
Yeah, because
93,
anyone who's good at the game is going to have enough MT that they have an Eddie Jones who's better than Danny Green, that they have a Klay Thompson or something. Like, the problem is that only bots will ever use this card, because anyone who's not a bot will have a better card than Danny Green. Does not mean this card is not insanely good at what he does.
2 speed, I wish was a little bit higher. 94 lateral quickness is nice. He's a 3 and D cone. He's a B tier player, but he's a 3 and D.
If McCollum's A tier, he's A
I don't
tier.
even know what else to say about Dan.
I agree with B tier, but CJ McCollum's got to move down.
I said to start this video that the shooting guard tier list was not very good, and I meant that. Like,
Duarte's so
Griffith
much
is
better than
another
Griffith.
Guy, like,
Duarte's so much better than Darryl Griffith.
We gotta remember, he came out a long time ago.
And he was free.
He's gonna be a fine 3 and D option, but he's just pretty mid.
No, he's not that good, but Duarte's better than him.
I can't even put him that high. I'm sorry. If he could play point guard, maybe that's what D'Lo and Colin Sexton give you the ability to do. Darryl Griffith's not very good.
D tier.
David Thompson is worthless. Will we ever see a worse triple threat offline reward than this card?
He's not that bad.
He is absolutely
He's not
terrible.
that bad.
I don't care what his stats say. He's 6'4".
He's not that
his
bad.
Release is not good. Power dribble style. I feel bad for people who got
He's not that bad. He's not that much worse than Griffith.
because that card stinks.
F tier.
DeMar DeRozan's a card I want to talk about.
He is a trash can.
Because here's the thing. The base DeMar DeRozan card is not very good.
Yeah, but we can't judge him. But you can't judge a player by how they are with a freaking duo. That's like saying, a card's not good, but if you add 5 extra Hall of Fame badges to him, they're good. Like, that's like saying Paul Arzen sucks, but if you add 100k worth of badges to him, he's good.
All of a sudden, you pair him with Alex Caruso, which I do want to kind of preface this by saying Alex Caruso is a very solid option. He's a very viable point.
He's barely
You
able to
pair him
shoot.
with-
He's barely better. I don't care that he gets extra Hall of Fame badges. His Hall of Fame badges are bailout, which doesn't matter. Space Creator, which doesn't matter. He gets a +6 to a 3-pointer. What the feck can do? He can now shoot the ball a little bit better than Jarrett Culver. He's still a garbage shooter. He still can't play defense. He is a garbage man. He is worthless with or without the duo. The only reason he's worth anything in the duo is it makes Caruso good. But he is a garbage man with or without the duo.
Alex Caruso.
He's garbage with or without
You're
it.
looking at a guy that can hoop a little bit.
No, he can't.
73-3.
Like, what? Ty, listen to yourself. He can't get quick for a step. He can't play defense. He can't shoot. What the hell does this guy give you other than a bunch of worthless Hall of Fame badges? None of those finishing badges matter if you can't get to the rim. Difficult shots doesn't matter. Actually, to be fair, he can't shoot fading mid-range shots. Hotspot Hunter doesn't matter because his mid-range shot is high enough that that badge doesn't matter. And he has no hot zones outside the 3. Green machine doesn't matter. You better believe you're not greening. You're not greening them. And what the hell does rhythm shooter do? He can't steal the ball. He can't block the ball. His tendencies are bad. He's got some decent stats, but he can't use his decent stats because he's got no quick first step. He is literally not even on the same stratosphere as a Walter Davis, who's 100 times better than him. He is the single... Like, he is worse than David Thompson. Actually, yeah. Without the duo, he's worse than David Thompson. With the duo, he's slightly better. He is F tier. He is no-brainer F tier. And he's 100k. He's 100k. This guy is F tier. You are trying to justify a garbage man.
In general, I think he can hoop with Alex Caruso.
No, he can't. No, he can't. F tier. He is not only... He is worse than Darryl Griffith. Even with the duo, he's worse than Darryl Griffith. He is a trash can. Do not compare this guy to Chris Duarte. Do not compare this guy to Chris Duarte. Where is he putting him?
But I am high enough to put him in C tier.
You are a crazy person, Mr. Debo. You are a crazy person. You are an absolute psychopath. Like, DeMar DeRozan is not good, is so bad in this game. I'm not even confident that you could beat me with DeMar DeRozan. Like, if you use DeMar DeRozan and you ran your offense through DeMar DeRozan, I'm not even sure you could beat me. That's how bad the card is. You're 50 points better than me. But I think that card was so ass that if you tried to run through him, I might win.
I don't think he's, without the duo, better than Bingo or Danny Green.
Don't compare him to Bingo or Danny Green. He's not even as good as Duarte.
There's a right spot for DeMar DeRozan.
It's F. There is a right spot for DeMar DeRozan, and it's worthless. Deshawn Stevenson, C.
Stevenson, got one of the newer cards on this list in general. Came out just this month. 6'5", 6'10" wingspan. Pretty solid 3 in the option. I don't want to compare him to Danny Green, but that's who I'm comparing him to. I mean, if you compare him to Danny Green side by side, stat-wise, are you even going to be able to tell the difference?
Yeah, Danny Green's better.
Danny Green is a little better.
I like, trust me, I love Deshawn Stevenson. Like, I am the #1 Deshawn Stevenson. Like, I am higher on Deshawn Stevenson than any individual person in this community. I've used Deshawn Stevenson, which is more than anyone can say. And I've consistently used Deshawn Stevenson since he came out. It is not even a comparison. Danny Green is so much better than Deshawn Stevenson. It's not even funny.
Defensively, the block rating really stands out as well as the interior.
Danny Green's so much better than Deshawn Stevenson.
3 ball is pretty similar. Deshawn's
There's not a debate.
These cards are pretty similar. I do think Danny Green has a slight advantage.
They are. Green's way better though.
Stevenson in general, but I don't think it's anything crazy. I think these two do belong at the same tier. I'm going to put Deshawn Stevenson at B tier.
I'm cool with that only because you have the bum DeRozan in C tier. I don't think Deshawn Stevenson's good as Bingo. I don't think he's good as Danny Green. I don't think he's in that conversation, and I use Deshawn Stevenson a lot.
Lowest at B tier, but I do think he does scrape into B tier. Desmond Bane, a moments card that we got, is a card that I thought could have been really good. 2K did him so dirty with this defense, though. They literally did him the dirtiest.
I mean, he's worse than Kevin Huerter.
With the defense they gave him. I feel like Desmond Bane has a potential, I guess he's only 6'5", but he has potential maybe.
He's 6'5", but his wingspan's 6'4". He's like worse Kevin Huerter. Like, C?
Next couple of months to get a good card.
He's better than DeRozan.
This card's just not it.
His wingspan's shorter than his height.
C tier is the right spot for him.
Better than DeRozan.
That next level good. Now we do have the 2 Devin Bookers.
Better than Davis.
And these
they're both better than CJ McCollum.
Like, they definitely are different, and that's what I'm going to talk about for a while here. I'm going to go A and then B tier.
I'm cool with that, but they're better than both better than CJ McCollum.
Bad, but when you compare the Devin Bookers, his first Devin Booker is the one that is in A tier. 6'6", 6'6" wingspan. 92.
I'm pretty confident they shortened his wingspan. Am I right in saying that? I'm pretty sure the other one has a longer wingspan. Yeah, the other one's 6'6" with a 6'8" wingspan. On that one, they actually shortened his wingspan, which is hilarious.
A bit better defensively as well. I mean, you can give him defensive badges, playmaker-wise, perfect. 87 lateral quickness.
He still sucks on defense.
The other Devin Booker, you're looking at a card with 82 speed, 78 lateral quickness, can't get the defensive badges. He's still going to be a knockdown shooter, but this Devin Booker is literally so much better, and it's not.
He is, but they both suck on defense.
It's just not. Still can't get handles for days, which hurts the card. But that's where I'm going with the Devin Bookers. I mean, I think it's pretty simple.
I'll give you that, but CJ McCollum doesn't belong in A.
Devin Booker isn't as high as this one. I really do like this tier list so far in general, but we got to get
DeMar DeRozan C tier.
Donovan Mitchell.
He's better. I don't care that he can't play the point guard. He's better than CJ McCollum. Just put a tall point guard beside him. He is streets ahead of CJ McCollum.
Card I'm gonna go with into B tier with.
I'm cool with that as long as you move CJ McCollum down.
Donovan Mitchell, and if you're up against the guy that knows how to use him, he is very, very solid.
He was God for his time. He was so good.
Donovan Mitchell.
Why would you use Bojan Bogdanovic?
If he gets a point guard card in the next month or so, is going to be really solid.
No, he's not.
Here's the deal: he's already got 79.
He'll be all right. He'll be okay.
Down any. Defensively, he's going to be able to hold his own, even though he's 6'1". He has
a 6'10"
wingspan with good interior. Offensively, guys, you got to remember shifty dribble style, jump shot forward. Maybe they'll give him a quick release. Donovan Mitchell is a card that when he came out, I wish I would have jumped on the bandwagon and used him right away. I never hyped the card up too much. I wish I would have. B tier for Donovan Mitchell. Doug Collins, another one of these.
Unpopular opinion: Doug Collins is better than CJ McCollum.
These newer cards this season.
Doug Collins is not bad at all. He's actually fine. He's more than fine.
I think he does have the Draymond release with fundamental dribble style. 86 ball, no 80 speed ball is fine. Interior is really low. Can barely dunk. Speed's kind of low as well. Just don't think he's super good.
He's not, but he's better than CJ McCollum.
Okay, but I think C tier is the right spot.
You're actually putting him beside. No, he's so much better than Deshawn Stevenson. I'm sorry, he's so much better than Deshawn Stevenson. Again, I actually love Deshawn Stevenson. I'm a huge fan of Deshawn Stevenson. There's not even a debate. Doug Collins is so much better than him. Doug Collins is, if there's a B tier player, if there's a more obvious player than in B tier than Doug Collins, I don't know. He's also better than CJ McCollum.
Or
A tier.
Drazen Petrovic, a guy I would have had in B tier before this new mode came out.
He's better than CJ McCollum. Even without the new mode, he's better than CJ McCollum.
Now that the new mode's out, it's hard for me not to go A tier with him. 6'5", 6'8" wingspan. 97.
He's so cash.
65 driving dunk, can handle the ball, 87 speed, 89 lateral quickness. Base dribble style hurts him, but it's just a spot up shooter with how
he can play defense.
Sniper, blindness, catch and shoot, and the new clutch time mode.
He's a good defender.
Drazen does deserve that.
He's a genuinely decent perimeter defender.
No, but in the clutch time mode, you could argue Drazen's the best player at A tier.
He is, but like did you just say he's not A tier and unlimited, and you have CJ McCollum up there? First of all, CJ McCollum is available, but he's a garbage man. Well, he's not very good. He's not quite garbage man category. We gotta leave the garbage man. We gotta leave calling people garbage man for the DeRozans of the world. But McCollum's not good.
Duncan Robinson, man.
D.
He had his time for Sapphire.
D.
Like Duncan Robinson had his time week into the game when Sapphires were usable.
Better than DeMar DeRozan.
Look at this defense, though.
Better than DeMar DeRozan.
Hard in December.
Better than DeMar DeRozan.
That's all I'm going to say is yikes.
C.
Dwyane Wade up next. Now, I do think Dwyane Wade is B tier, but I don't necessarily think Dwyane Wade is super good. I mean, you look at the
I'm cool with that.
78 3-ball, 93 speed, 91 lateral quickness. I think the best attribute Dwyane Wade gives you is decent enough interior, chase down block animations.
His defense is the only thing he do. He can't play offense.
Offensively, he'd be a lot better if he had a better dribble style. Still slashing dribble style. Gonna get downhill, gonna be solid. Dwyane Wade's gonna have his time when he gets a point guard card. He's just not that next level good. Eddie Jones, though, is that next level good. I'm going all the way up.
He's S. There's no brainer. Like he's better than Jason Richardson. He's S.
A tier with my man Eddie. Better on current
oh
gen
my
connection,
god.
But really good on both gens.
He's better. I love him on next.
93 ball, 90 speed, 94 lateral.
He's S. He's perfect.
Good playmaker.
He doesn't get range. It's his only flaw.
A lot of people want to talk about Mikal Bridges being this, Mikal Bridges.
Eddie Jones better than Mikal Bridges. He's just more expensive.
What I'm going to tell you guys, though, is Eddie Jones is better than Mikal Bridges for his position. I like Mikal at the 3 just a little bit.
Play both of them together.
But for their positions, Eddie Jones is better.
He's S.
Eddie Jones is worth every bit of the 15,000 MT he's going for. Slash dribble style, jump shot 31.
If you're putting a fake card in S tier, he's S.
Player. Hal Greer, on the other hand, is not an A tier.
C.
Hal Greer, yes, he can play point guard. Is he better than Colin Sexton? Yes.
No.
I'll go B tier with him because he's better than D'Lo and Colin.
He's not better than Colin Sexton. He's better than D'Lo. He's not better than Colin Sexton. But is he? Is he better than McCollum? I don't even think he's better than CJ McCollum. He's not better than Colin Sexton.
He's just not very good.
He might be better than CJ.
Look at the card base dribble style. That's why he's not good. If he had shifty or quick, I'd be high on Hal Greer because of that dribble style, base dribble style, and only 6'2". Hurts his value quite a bit.
Oh, he's not better than CJ McCollum.
Up, we do have Emmanuel quickly. Another card that for his time and maybe for a day or two was solid. gotta remember when the card came out though. Like when this card came out, he really was solid in
I'm cool with that.
perimeter
I'm
stats.
cool with
On
that.
the
He's better than
interior,
Dantley.
obviously, he struggled a little bit. At this point, Emmanuel quickly, you're going D tier.
If he puts Jaylen Green behind DeMar DeRozan, I'm gonna get angry. I'm going to get angry. There is literally nothing in game that DeMar DeRozan does better than that Jaylen Green.
Bad, and for a budget point guard, I mean, there's worse options, but he's gonna get fried like a.
Actually, no, sorry, DeRozan's a little better.
Jaylen Green, a card I've never really used, but here's the thing with Jaylen.
He's like budget Zach LaVine.
I've used the same release with it being on quick.
He's basically Zach LaVine.
Obviously, it's the Paul release on quick. He's
one of the most underrated players in the game. He's basically Zach LaVine.
Green's release is super smooth, quick dribble style, can handle the ball a little bit. Offensively, he's probably solid. The problem is the defensive end of the court. Like he's not.
I know, but like you're gonna put Zach LaVine probably in A tier.
Even offensively,
like you're gonna put Zach LaVine in A tier, and he's basically the same thing on offense. If Zach LaVine's in B tier, I'm cool with Jaylen Green in C tier. But if Zach LaVine's in A tier, Jaylen Green has to be B. They're essentially the same card.
Pretty limited. My question to you guys is Jaylen Green better than Chris Duarte? That's my question to you guys. My answer:
You've really severely underrated Chris Duarte. We've already come to the conclusion that you've severely underrated Chris Duarte, and that's a legitimate argument to make. But Chris Duarte is at least one tier too low.
A little bit. Obviously,
no, Duarte's so much better in defense. Like that's a debate. It all depends on what you want.
The ball handling is really what does it for me, as well as the quick dribble style. For him to be that C tier,
Duarte's just at least one tier. I'm not gonna gas Duarte because he's not as good as Duarte versus Deshawn Stevenson is close. Like if Deshawn Stevenson is B, Duarte's B. I'm just putting it out there. Like Duarte's at least one tier too low.
James Harden, I'm throwing into B tier. I mean, if you look at James Harden,
you have him. No, he's literally the diamond who I can guarantee you put in S tier. And the only difference is that silver badges go to gold badge. That's the only difference. Silver badges get all grade upgrade to gold because you can't upgrade any badges. He's literally this, he's the most obvious A tier inclusion yet. Not only that, he's the best player in A tier. You have him in B.
Harden here, 6'5", 6'10" wingspan, hot spots forever above the break. Good speed, good lateral quickness, good defense. I mean, the problem is you can't badge him up. And that's the only problem with James Harden.
It doesn't matter, he's still A tier.
He would be nearly...
You have CJ McCollum in A tier. CJ McCollum. Ty, you have a 6'3" player who can't play defense in A tier. And yet you have James Harden in B. You have James Harden in the same tier as Hal freaking Greer and Deshawn Stevenson. Oh my God.
Really as good as the Diamond James Harden, who is still a...
He's not, but there's not two tiers different. I'm sorry, but silver badges to gold badges is not worth two tiers. It's not. They're the same badge, but you just all of them go from silver to gold. Like, James Harden is better. He's not the best player in A tier because, sorry, Eddie Jones exists. James Harden is better than Drazen Petrovic. James Harden is better than Devin Booker. James Harden is better than Cliff Hagan. James Harden is better. This James Harden right here is better than Clyde Drexler. He's better than CJ McCollum. He is the second best player of real players. He's the third best player. Eddie Jones is better than him. After Eddie Jones and the clearly better version of Diamond James Harden, he's the third best player on this list that is not a fake card, that exists.
Top tier point guard in my team. This James Harden can do no wrong. He literally can do
no wrong. The other one's basically the same, though.
Looking at the stats, name a flaw in James Harden outside of interior defense. There are
name a flaw in the other James Harden.
There are none. The dude can defend. He's an absolute bucket getter with his...
I agree, but those exact things all apply to the other James Harden as well.
His James Harden dribble style, James Harden base is pretty solid. I can't wait to just use James Harden all year long.
I agree. But everything you said about this James Harden applies to this one just slightly less. Just slightly less. They all apply.
We're going to get a point guard James Harden. We're going to get a quick release James Harden. He's going to be solid all year long, and that's something I couldn't say in past
No,
years.
once we have Simmons, it's game over.
We're going S tier with you as well. Now,
Eddie Jones is
Jason
better.
Richardson is a little different because he is an unlimited.
Eddie Jones is better. I stand by that. Eddie Jones is better.
Dan Marley. I think he is. Hall of Fame quick for his step, catch, shoot, pogo sticks, and great finishing badges. Again, the interior...
I'm not going to argue. I just think Eddie Jones is S as well.
The dude's solid. Jump shot 21.
Power dribble style sucks.
Eddie Jones has I like on current gen more than on next gen. Power dribble style is it's serviceable.
It's terrible.
I wish I had J Rich on my account so I could play with him. He is a top tier shooting guard.
I don't disagree that he's S tier. Like, first of all, that is not the argument I'm making. Is that I do agree that J Rich is S tier. Eddie Jones belongs there as well.
In my team,
A.
Jaylen Brown. He's
the most obvious
with Clyde. Where I guess he's really with Eddie Jones. I can't even gas.
He's nowhere near as good as Eddie Jones.
Again, he came out in October. That's nearly 2 months ago. Jaylen Brown is still solid. He's still a solid all-around card, right? In general,
he is
he's a solid all-around card. Is he better than Eddie Jones?
No.
I think this is a debate.
No, it's not.
I prefer Eddie Jones, and the reason I prefer Eddie Jones is just because I like his release.
Stats lie, interceptor.
I think he's moves a little bit better.
Eddie Jones is every goal badge.
Like Jaylen Brown, your reasoning better be interior defense, because if it's not interior defense and strength, there's absolutely
99.99% of us here will not notice interior defense because we're not playing the game competitively. That is one of the most important stats in the game competitively, and while also being one of the least important stats for the average player. If you play clutch time, if you play TTO, if you play anything except competitive level my team, interior defense doesn't matter. And I stand by that. It doesn't matter.
Absolutely no reason to like Jaylen Brown more than Eddie Jones. But still, both those guys are very, very solid and both deserving of that A spot. Jim Paxson, I think, is literally worthless now.
F.
He was a day one card.
He sucked on
day
one.
Thing for a day, 6'6". But this stage, 76 3 ball, 76 or 74 lateral quickness.
He sucked day one. He sucks now. He's F.
Jim Paxson had his time, but at this stage, it's not his time anymore.
F
tier. JJ Redick's pretty.
JJ Redick is F tier, and I don't care. JJ Redick is not even the same stratosphere as Duncan Robinson.
He's gonna do one thing on the court well, and that's shoot the ball. JJ Redick's gonna.
Yeah, but he's a 70 speed with a
6'3" wingspan. Literally is terrible.
He's F.
He's not worthless.
Yes, he is.
Shoot the ball, but
he is absolutely worthless. If Duncan Robinson is 6'7", can dunk, and has a way quicker release. He's got 40 on quick. Duncan Robinson is levels above. If JJ Redick's D tier, Duncan's C tier. You have the audacity to put JJ Redick in the same tier as Chris Duarte. I could run Chris Duarte at the 2 right now and compete in any game mode. JJ Redick is literally getting targeted. I would struggle. I currently run. You guys see my troll lineups. There are gold players. Literally, what's his name is better? Corey Kispert Gold is better than JJ Redick, and I stand by that. Corey Kispert Gold is better than JJ Redick. Buddy Hield Gold, Hamidou Diallo Gold, and Ben McLemore Gold are all better than that JJ Redick card.
He is terrible. He is terrible.
He's the worst player on the list.
Here's what I'm going to say. If I put Duncan
Robinson's better.
Can I even put Duncan Robinson lower than JJ Redick?
No.
I don't know if I can.
Duncan Robinson's so much better than JJ Redick.
I don't know if he is. JJ Redick is going down here.
Thank you.
I do not want to move Duncan Robinson up. No, I'm gonna do this.
That's better. No, get JJ Redick down.
I guess. Jordan Clarkson.
See? I agree.
Nice thing about Jordan Clarkson here is the fact that Jordan Clarkson can't play the point guard position.
He used to have insanely good SIGs, but the patch kind of ruined him.
Defense though, with that interior being so low, he's gonna struggle. And that interior low as well, just not.
He's fine. C is fine.
With no defensive badges, the card is gonna.
I like him.
Yes,
he's fun.
Is fine.
His release is great. He's fun.
Throw him right in here into the Colin Sexton,
I agree.
Russell kind of threat. He might be better than these two guys, but I don't think he's enough. I'm going to throw him into B tier because he's 6.
You have Jordan Clarkson in the same tier. I love Jordan Clarkson. And again, there is not one person here. Like, you have Jordan Clarkson and Deshawn Stevenson in the same tier as James Harden Amethyst. Like, there is not one person who is going to be high. There's not one person in the world. Obviously there are people where there's not one person in the My Team community that is as high on as Jordan Clarkson as I am. There is not one person who has used Deshawn Stevenson as much as I have, and I like Deshawn Stevenson. They are not in the same stratosphere as that Harden. I honestly think move both of them down, move DeRozan down at least one tier, move D'Lo down, and it's looking okay then.
6'4", he's going to be way better offensively than he is. He's better than D'Angelo Russell as much as
he's way better than D'Lo.
He's that little bit better. Jordan Poole.
A.
You guys can hate me if you want. He's going into A.
I agree. He's so much better than CJ.
You guys can hate me if you want to.
I agree.
But as much as I have used Jordan
I like
Poole,
him. He's good.
He is so much better than Jordan Clarkson. It is not close. I
agree.
don't care what the stats even say.
No, I agree.
I'm going to look at
He
him
is.
to show you guys why I believe he's better. But I don't even care what the stats say.
Oh, he is.
Lateral
He is
quickness
better.
needs a little bit
No one's
better.
gonna argue that.
Interior
I like
matters
Clarkson.
quite a
He's
bit
better.
here. And honestly, he's just a better overall player. By a little bit, he's just a better overall player. Hot spots from everywhere for JP. Combine that quick dribble style. Ben McLemore release is
Ben McLemore release is so good.
If you need a point guard, Jordan
I agree.
Poole is a
Poole's.
solid option. I would never run him at the 2 though. Just
I would consider putting Poole in B tier if you moved CJ McCollum down, but McCollum has set the precedent that any competent player that can play point guard should be an A tier. Julius Erving S, no brainer.
doesn't make sense. Julius Erving, another S
No-brainer, S tier.
addition. It's pretty obvious, pretty set in stone. Dr. J, it's weird because his best attribute is going to be shooting the ball. Still
He's the
gonna be
best shooter.
solid
He's the
enough
best shooter
on
in the game, in my
defensive
opinion.
Court when you do fully badge him. The problem is he needs ankle breaker. Handles for days, hyper drive. Still needs.
Why are you dribbling the ball with Dr. J?
That time you don't have enough to
Just give him interceptor.
These defensive badges. I just want a more complete Dr. J. Until we get a more complete Dr. J,
Why are you dribbling the ball with Dr. J?
I don't think he's the best shooting guard in all of 2K.
Hey.
Running it down here, Kelly Oubre Jr. is not very good. I mean,
Explain to me how he's in the same tier as DeMar DeRozan. Like, I think he's terrible value. Like, he's at worst B tier. You have him below Deshawn Stevenson. He is a big body, good shooting power forward with the highest white, or with the base that has the highest white percentage, which is the Marion base. He's a lefty. He's a big body. He dunks. He can play bully ball in a lot of 2 guards.
as much as I love watching Kelly Oubre Jr. and in the Charlotte Hornets in general,
He's got a huge player build.
Blessed the other night against.
He feels
with
6'10".
De'Aaron Fox missing those 2 free throws. But as much as I like watching the Hornets in real life, Kelly Oubre Jr.
What does he do wrong?
Should be better than he is in this game.
He's
The problem
class.
comes with that release. Jump shot 39. with
It's
his
chicken.
upper is just
It
not
doesn't. You don't. It's slow, but you don't
He's
miss.
okay though. He's not a card that if you play, you're gonna literally notice.
You
him
have him.
that bad.
You have him in the same tier as a unusable DeMar DeRozan. You know what? Maybe he's not that much worse than Doug Collins, but you have him below Deshawn Stevenson. He's better than CJ McCollum. He's better, in my opinion, than Devin Booker. He's better than Jordan Poole.
My question is he that much better than DeMar DeRozan? I think he's a little better. I'll put him
Wait,
in
thank you.
But
That's
I'm not
acceptable.
super
That's
high on
fine.
Kelly Oubre.
Maybe I'm too high on him. That's fine.
Kevin Huerter, another card.
Kevin Huerter is better than Deshawn Stevenson, better than CJ McCollum. Kevin Huerter is not as... He's better than Jordan Clarkson. He's B. He's Jalen Green should be up a tier, but he's B. He's better than CJ McCollum as well.
I know DBG is gonna gas this card till the end of time, but my thing is this for Kevin Huerter.
He's a 6'7" Trae Young.
Okay, well, what is he doing on the defensive end of the court?
He's 6'7" with a 6'7" wingspan. He's freaking 6'7" Trae Young.
Answer is nothing defensive.
Yeah, but like neither is Levine, and I can guarantee you're gonna put Zach Levine in A tier.
He is terrible. Yes, I know he's got the Trae Young base on quick and shifty dribble style. You know who else has that? A lot of other players.
There's Tyler Hero. There's one other player in the game who's the Trae Young base on quick and shifty dribble style. One, specifically one. I don't know. Like, again, as someone with a maths degree, I can tell you that a lot does not equal one. It is Tyler Hero. There is one other player other than Kevin Huerter, and the difference is Kevin Huerter is taller. Kevin Huerter's got better defense stats than Huerter. Kevin Huerter does not have a 6'3" wingspan, and Kevin Huerter has got the behind the back. Even though he doesn't have quick first step, he's got the Scotty behind the back. Like, I'm not that angry with the tier because I think he's only 1 tier too low, but the disrespect to Kevin Huerter is crazy. Like, he's 1 tier below. Wherever you have Zach Levine, Kevin Huerter should be 1 tier below.
What does he do that much better than Jalen Green? Not much.
Not much, but Jalen Green shouldn't be in this tier either. Like, you're comparing him to that bum DeMar DeRozan. No.
Huerter, C tier. You guys can cry too. He does.
I'm gonna cry because I wouldn't even be that angry. He's so much better than Desmond Bane. Move DeMar DeRozan down. Move D'Angelo Russell down, and then I'm cool with it. I'm cool with him being the same tier as Doug Collins, Jalen Green, and Colin Sexton. I'm fine with that. And move Duarte up 1 tier. Move Deshawn Stevenson down. He's a tier below Deshawn Stevenson.
Doesn't play any sort of defense.
He doesn't play any sort of defense. Neither does this Devin Booker. He's better than this Devin Booker. I use both of them. He's just this Devin Booker with better dribble sigs and a slightly better release. Like, Clarkson plays no defense. Better than Clarkson.
Klay Thompson,
S.
the best shooting guard in
S. Don't
right now.
Don't overcomplicate this. He's S.
It might be a while until Klay gets surpassed, but that card is so elite in my
Kobe
right
A.
I'm not even gonna pull up the stats. You guys know what Klay.
That's an obvious one. He's A.
Kobe Bean Bryant, I still think is an A tier shooting guard in my team.
Of course he is. You have Jordan Poole in there. He's an A
I
tier.
don't love Kobe Bryant anymore just because he's getting to the point where he's outdated.
Yeah, but you've got Jordan Poole there.
Need another Kobe.
And CJ McCollum.
But he's still a complete card. Plays a little bit of offense, plays a little bit of defense, complete all-around card. The next Kobe we get, which might be for Christmas, we'll either probably get a Kobe or LeBron for Christmas.
Kobe's came out for Christmas 3 times, as far as I'm aware, in 2K's MyTEAM history, so it's highly likely.
One of those two around Christmas time. Whichever one comes is going to be really souped. If it's Kobe, we're going to be probably looking at the best shooting guard in all of my team.
B. Honestly, I wouldn't like. He's B. And he's
Kyle Korver, he does a job.
No, don't put him in C.
Kyle Korver is going to do one thing on the court for you.
He's not even that bad on defense.
Outside of that, I mean,
he's not even that bad on defense.
Very good. My thing is this. Here's kind of my argument. People don't like Kyle Korver because of his defense. Obviously,
his defense isn't even that bad.
He be able to handle the ball well at all. Either. My thing is this though, jump shot 17 on quick is a good release.
His upper is iffy.
Smooth release. That's it. That's all he gives you. He's gonna be better on defense than Kevin Huerter. Whether you like Kyle Korver or Kevin Huerter more, it's preference.
He's so, oh my god, it is preference, but neither of them should be in C tier. You've got Deshawn Stevenson in B tier and Kyle Korver in C tier. I don't even like Korver, and you've got Deshawn Stevenson. Like, Korver's better than that book. First of all, if you move Stevenson down, move D'Lo down, move DeMar DeRozan down, move Desmond Bane down, move Duarte up, then I can accept Kevin Huerter, Korver, Jalen Green, Sexton being in the same tier, and then Duarte should be there as well. But my god, some of these guys in B tier. Korver's also better than CJ McCollum in A tier.
I know a lot of people are gonna hate that, but it's the truth. Latrell Sprewell, we're looking at another A tier shooting guard with
better than Harden. I have Latrell. I know for a fact, Ty, you do not have Latrell Sprewell. And I, for a fact, have Latrell Sprewell. He is not even in the same stratosphere as James Harden.
Latrell. Triple threat offline reward, who honestly is pretty solid. 6'5", 6'8" wingspan. You got this card, added a few badges.
He is, but Harden is just better than him.
Spot up handles for days. You know, those types of badges on this Latrell card, he's good.
Why would you ever add 15K, 20K worth of badges to this guy, though?
90 driving neck, 84.
Why would you ever do that?
9 speed, 88 lateral quickness. Slash dribble style does hurt the card, but
Harden's so much better than him.
Just a solid card. At A tier, these cards are cards I'd be comfortable going into like unlimited.
You have a Harden in B tier. Why do you have a Harden in B tier? You have Jordan Poole, Latrell Sprewell. Like, I'm cool with Kobe, Jaylen Brown, Eddie Jones, maybe Drazen, Clyde. Like, they belong in A tier, but like CJ McCollum, Devin Booker, Jordan Poole, and Latrell Sprewell are not even in the same. Should not be in the same tier as James Harden, and they're a tier ahead of Harden.
With B tier or lower, you're like, okay, a little shaky with that.
Shaky with Harden? You're trying to tell me that this exact same card with all the silver badges upgraded to gold is one of the best 2 guys in the game, going to be good the whole year, and you're shaky with a card because he has some silver badges?
C tier I don't want to use. And I think Lou Dort is a perfect example of a B tier card. A card that I could use in unlimited.
He's fine.
Card I'm highest on, but I could use him.
His Ruby's not even that much worse than his Dwyane, which is funny.
Though, but look at these defensive backs.
His Ruby's basically the same. Like, I've used both of them. They feel the exact same.
At C tier that, you know, are because of their height or whatever. He's got good enough defensive badges that he can hold it down on defense, especially with the 72.
Just uses Ruby. I'm telling you, just uses
107
Ruby.
is fine. Slash or dribble style is not great. Ludort's a guy at the lower end of B tier, but he's B tier nonetheless.
D.
Luka Doncic, man. I wish you were better.
He shouldn't be in the same tier as Duarte,
Luka
but he's
Doncic
D. He's
was
not
better.
worthless.
His badges are incredible. The card stinks. It's going to be hard for 2K to make Luka great with this release and base dribble style unless they put him at point guard.
He's going to be ass even a point guard. They need to change.
Be very good. He is F tier.
I'm sorry, he's so much better than JJ Redick. Marcus Smart A. I'd argue him in S.
Marcus Smart,
But,
we're throwing into A.
He's not as good as Eddie Jones, in my opinion.
B tier right now. Maybe we'll move some things around here. But I do like Marcus Smart. I know his ball handle rating's a little bit low if you do want to run him an app.
He has unpluckable and good dribble,
Has a really
dribble
good
style.
release. Combine that with quick dribble style. You give him a ball handle sure coach. That's basically all he needs. Fully badge him up. Obviously, give him some of these playmaking badges that he needs. But Marcus Smart's pretty solid all the way around. Next up, Marquez Johnson here.
Again, another one who's better, so much better than JJ Redick.
Was available, which this dude was available day one.
He's so much better than JJ Redick.
Mediocre and mid, and it comes down to
He is, but he's so much better than JJ Redick.
Not a very good release. Fundamental dribble style. Looking back at it, honestly, he probably wasn't even that bad. If you did bad,
he's better than JJ Redick.
I'm glad I never did anything with this card. At this point, it's definitely F tier. MJ
B.
next. Is MJ better than everybody at
No.
B tier? I'd lean yes. And one other thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring James.
Thank you.
You guys might disagree
Wait, what?
With that.
There is not one person. There are 8,100 views. There is not one person out of these 8,100 that disagrees with James Harden in A tier. And if there is one person, if even one of these 8,100 disagree with Harden in A tier, I would love to play you in a wager because I would love to just take your money. Because if you think that this James Harden does not belong in the same tier as CJ McCollum Diamond, man, you don't know enough about this game. I can guarantee you I'll beat you by 100.
I think the Amethyst James Harden does enough to be that A tier. If you look
Of
at
course
Michael
he
Jordan
is.
here, what he did, he really brought toughness on the defensive end of the court. That's really what he did. He's not a guy.
But like,
you
he's
want
just
to
a way
play
worse
on
Eddie
the defensive
Jones.
end of the court. Also, pretty knocked down in the shooting wise. Again, an MJ's
can't
another
move.
candidate for guys we might see near the Christmas time
can't
that
move.
could change the shooting guard position in general. Down to our last lines, headlined by Michael Redd. S tier for Michael Redd. No real debate here for Michael Redd, a guy that can get it done on both ends of the court. The only downside of Michael Redd, right? You look at the guard, 97 3 ball.
Base dribble style.
Can handle the ball, good speed, good lateral quickness, great shooting wise, good defense, everything. Base dribble style is it. That's the only downside to Michael Redd that I can think
Yeah, but he's a
of.
spot up
I don't
shooter.
even have Michael Redd, so I'm just going to say
He doesn't
that he's
need
not
dribble
the
style. He's a
best
spot up
guard in the game,
shooter.
Not even top 5. Now, if I got Michael Redd, I might change my mind quite a bit on that. Money Mitch Richmond at this stage of my team, I think, is still B tier.
I agree, but he's not as good as Kevin Huerter.
Even with his
I agree, but he's not as good as Kevin Huerter.
Gotten in this in my team at this point, I think Mitch Richmond still is a B tier shooting.
I agree, but he's not as good as Kevin Huerter.
With the quick dribble style jump shot 22 to keep him from being any lower.
I agree, but he's not as good as Kevin Huerter.
Lock in tokens for money, bitch. No, but I don't think he's the worst option. Monte Ellis up next.
How is
anybody ever high on this card? That's my question. Was anybody ever
so
looked at Monte Ellis and were like, dang?
Like, he's in the same tier as Kevin Huerter.
Base dribble shot style, jump shot 22.
You have.
Okay, but he lacks a lot, especially at 6'3".
6'3" of 61. You have him in the same tier as Jalen Green and Kevin Huerter.
But he's lucky.
You have him in the same tier as Colin Sexton.
He would go down before he would go up.
He's so.
OJ
Like,
Mayo.
how do you have Chris Duarte in a tier below Monte Ellis?
Card that, again, one of these recent cards that did come out at the end of November, who looks pretty solid.
He's a trash can.
OJ Mayo, he's basically a J.R. Smith clone.
I've used him. He's a trash can.
I've not used this card in my team. So for me to really give you guys an accurate representation, I can't do it with OJ Mayo. I'm going to stick him in here as C tier.
I don't disagree with the tiers.
Of the world. Just doesn't do enough for me all the way around defensively.
I hate him so much.
I think if I had to go, it's just tough because Kevin Huerter does give you the better dribble style.
Huerter's so much better.
Those two guys.
If Ty mentions that you badge up Paul Arizin, he's good. He is missing all the most expensive badges.
Paul Arizin up next, I think does enough to put him in.
But I will say, badge Paul Arizin is a lot better than CJ McCollum.
B tier. To start off with Paul, okay, he has one of the best releases in all of 2K.
I agree.
That's just to start it off. Combine that 6'4" at the point guard position with shifty dribble style is super nice.
He comes with
The
none of the
downside
best
to Paul,
badges.
you're probably wondering, well, he has 4 badge spots and needs a lot. You give him clamps, quick first step, handles for days, probably sniper and limitless spot.
That's 5. That's 5, and he's still missing badges, and that is 5, and you've spent like 50k.
You give him all of those badges, you're looking at probably an A tier player.
You can't. First of all, that's 50k, and second of all, like, you can't give him those badges. And to be fair, if value's not taken into account, he's better than CJ McCollum.
But who's doing all that to get Paul Arizin to be a little bit better?
He's better than CJ McCollum.
Still, even without adding any extra badges, I think he is a B tier option. Ray Allen is a tough one.
High A.
This is the first one where I haven't said, oh my gosh, a no-brainer.
Eddie Jones is better.
Here's the deal for Ray Allen.
If you want to argue S, I'm cool.
Not that high on Ray Allen.
I'm cool with that.
This. Slash your dribble style. Okay.
He's like a worse Michael Redd.
Slash your dribble style at 6'5". All of his badges are shooting wise, but it's like he's so much worse than Michael Redd in my opinion, and that's the hard part. I think Michael Redd is.
If you want to put him in S tier, it's fine, but Eddie Jones needs to be up there as well.
I do think Ray Allen is S tier, but
bring Eddie Jones up.
Very end of the list. Michael Redd is so much better than Ray Allen, even with that base dribble style. Ray's okay. If you have Ray Allen and you love him because of that release and his shooting badges, that's awesome.
That's fine. I don't disagree with that. Eddie Jones needs to be moved to A.
Good. Richard Hamilton, a no-brainer A tier player.
Yeah.
No-brainer is he A tier. I know a lot of you guys hate on Richard Hamilton.
He's fine. He's just, if you locked in from, you're dumb.
As a complete player,
I'll say
he
that.
is one of the best shooting guards in all of my team. Still probably a top 10 complete shooting guard.
He can just catch and shoot.
Get it done on both ends of the court. The only thing you can say negatively about this card is his dribble style and his release is not the quickest. Other than that, Richard
his release good though. I like his release.
Very, very solid option. Richie
C.
Green. For this stage of my team, I'm going to go C tier. He had his time, though. Like, Richie had his time early.
He was really good week 1.
Coming from domination, and he was solid. And all around decent.
I played against someone at the start of season 2 who killed me left, right, and Richie Garn. Like a comp player who used his tactic was left, right, and Richie Garn.
Problem is, defensively, again, no clamps hurt the card. Quick dribble style, jump shot 4. He's a card I had for a while. I used for a while.
I liked him. He was good.
By Richie plenty of times. Ron Boone,
better than CJ McCollum.
Tier for this stage.
Maybe I'm gassing
One thing I do like about Ron Boone is he can still play the point guard position. The problem is I just prefer guys like a Jordan Poole to Ron Boone at this stage of my team. 91 speed, 84 3 ball, good speed with ball, good lateral quickness. 40 interior at 6'2" is really what does it for me in Ron Boone. Yes, quick dribble style is nice, but it's not nice enough for me to put him any higher than B tier. Scary Terry. Card I actually played against, I think, yesterday, and I was just licking my chops.
He's so bad. I'm sorry. He's like D tier.
Very similar stat-wise to Ron Boone. The problem is,
but he's got terror. He's a base dribble style.
And he has base.
He's worse than Colin Sexton.
Terry Rozier is not very good in my team. Getting near the end here, Troy.
He's so much better than JJ Redick. It's not even funny.
Mystic set at 6'4". Who honestly,
Troy Daniels is C tier. I'm sorry, Troy Daniels is C tier.
Is pretty solid. Jump shot.
He's C tier.
All these shooting guys.
He's fast. He plays a little bit of defense. He's C tier.
He's only 6'4". I gotta go D tier with him because
you have. He's in what way? In what world is Desmond Bane better than Troy Daniels? I'm sorry. In what world is Desmond Bane better than Troy Daniels? Like, Troy Daniels is a better release than Desmond Bane. 1 Huff badge difference. Whoop-de-feck can do, like, catch and shoot. Everyone greens every shot anyway. Some finishing badge. Desmond Bane isn't going to finish at all. Fair enough. Some extra playmaking badges. Troy Daniels has got more shooting badges than Desmond Bane. Troy Daniels does not have a shorter wingspan than height, which is a big no-no for players. Troy Daniels is way faster, way better on defense stats. Wow, he doesn't have as good driving dunk, but who the hell is dunking with Desmond Bane? He doesn't have as good rebounding. Who the hell is rebounding with Desmond Bane? Troy Daniels is better than Desmond Bane. And he's also better than D'Lo and DeMar DeRozan and probably better than OJ Mayo, in my opinion. He's snubbed. And he's way better than Monte freaking Ellis. He's a garbage man. Him and Duarte need to be moved up.
At the end of the day, 6'4". Pretty bad.
You haven't held that against CJ McCollum or Desmond Bane.
Defender. Just not very good as an overall card. Walter Davis.
B, but if you've got CJ McCollum up there, you might have to go to A.
This is not bad in my team, though. This card, I didn't do a gameplay of him. I'm not super high on him, but he's not bad. Only thing he really lacks is, first of all, his interior, but the second thing is hot spots from the three-point. Other than that,
yeah, but he's got T-Mac release. He doesn't miss anyway.
Shooting-wise, has catch and shoot, has the Trace McGrady base, or the Trey Burke base. You know, slasher dribble style is not great, but Walter Davis is fine.
I
mean, he is fine to run.
B's fine. I agree with B.
If you do badge him up. He's a card that I think a lot of people will have success with.
I agree. B tier is fine.
A-tier caliber player, though. A guy I do think is A-tier caliber.
Levine is not that. I'm standing by this. Levine is not that much better than Kevin Huerter.
Our last card today is Zach.
Yeah, that's my thing. Levine is not that much better than Jalen Green. He's not that much better than Kevin Huerter. and he's an S. He's an A.
I'm not the highest on Zach LaVine. Some people swear by this card, but I do like him enough to put him into A tier. Well, why is he over Walter Davis? Well, the big thing is quick dribble style. He's going to be able to...
He can't play defense.
For you. He's just going to be a way better offensive talent. That's really why I like Zach LaVine.
Like, he's...
a little bit.
Rim running, like, whatever about rim running. Like, let's compare Kevin Huerter with LaVine. Like, outside of dunking. LaVine barely does anything. They have the exact they have the exact same speed. Badges wise, Herder's a way better shooter, and you get bronze quick first step on LaVine, but you get the good behind the back on Huerter. He's not that much better than Kevin Huerter.
A bit more than Walter Davis. Again, I don't swear by Zach LaVine, but I think he is that step above Walter Davis.
I don't disagree. Like, I'm cool with LaVine in A, but Huerter and Jalen Green need to move up a tier then.
So this is what the final tier list looks like. We got 7 players into S tier, which I think is good. If I was to move one player up, it honestly would probably be Clyde Drexler. That's
over Eddie Jones? Really?
Probably the guy I would move up. If I was to move one player out of S tier, it would be Ray Allen.
Yeah.
But let me know your thoughts down below in the...
Chris Duarte, absolutely snubbed. Troy Daniels probably snubbed. One tier. Kevin Huerter, Jalen Green probably snubbed 1 tier. DeMar DeRozan's way too high. He's a trash can. Duarte maybe snubbed 2 tiers. Duarte's better than Deshawn Stevenson. Kelly Oubre in B tier. B tier is okay. Yeah, B tier, sorry, fine. I was annoyed when Kelly Oubre was in C tier. And then obviously CJ McCollum in A tier is ridiculous. And I mean, if you're not judging by value, a badge of Paul Arzen is without question better than McCollum and Jordan Poole, even though I like Jordan Poole. But the Kevin Huerter disrespect is crazy. The Troy Daniels disrespect, and what the hell is JJ Redick not doing a worthless tier? JJ Redick is the worst player of all these. I don't care that he can shoot when he's wide open. JJ Redick is worse than David Thompson. He's worse than Dantley. He's worse than Paxson's a trash can. He's worse than Paxson. And Marquez Johnson does not belong in F tier. He's actually not unusable. He's bad, but he's not nearly bad enough. He's so much better. Like, Johnson's so much better than Redick. It's not even funny. It's not even funny how much better Marquez Johnson is than Redick. But other than that, though, not too bad. There's just a couple that I disagree with. And then again, with the likes of the budget players, likes of Corver, Herder, I don't think he's used any of those guys enough. And then also, like, what the hell is what's his name? Is Latrell Sprewell doing an S tier? I'm sorry, what the hell is Latrell Sprewell? Sorry, not necessarily an A tier. What is Sprewell doing in A tier? But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. Go sub to Ty. Link to the channel will be in the description. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.